Hi everybody, this is Ken, and thinking back on my 2018 Fluke season, it was really a dream season and best season of my life. I just wanted to share it with everybody, and here's a little recap of that. So I usually start my fluking out in May at the opening of the season out in the Greenport, South Hold, Peconic Bay area. And I have some very dear friends there with boats and homes, and they've always invited me out on these great trips. So Peter Sedaris is one of my dearest friends today, and we spend quite a bit of time fluking together in the early season every year. And here is one of our first great trips last year. We always have some big porgies mixing in. There's Pete now, and he's got a nice center console, and we run all around in that, and we tear up the east end. So the Greenport fluking isn't usually like lock and load kind of fishing. It's not hot and heavy. You have to work for your fish. But, you know, traditionally, there's always been some big ones seen there. And, yeah, there's a couple big porgies. So that's very characteristic of the area. So moving along, the next thing that happened was the Billies by the Bay Fluke shootout. That's usually the first weekend in June every year, and I've been fishing that with John Halkis now for about 7 or 8 years. So there we are with John Skinner and the Jigging Jerks, and you know, the Not My Spot and the Minn Kota. I think it's a Minn Kota, right? Spot lock trolling motor on the bow, and we ran through the fog in the morning, and we ran a long way. We ran out to Montauk because there's no physical boundaries, and the fluking was slow. There we are coming back from Montauk through. We ran through a terrible thunderstorm, and you might have seen that on one of the John Skinner videos or the Jigging Jerks videos. That was definitely well depicted in those videos. So here we are at the winner's circle taking our shots, and the big hero of the day was Doc, John Carriazi. We had a few nice fish, but like I said, it was slow fishing. We worked hard for them. Doc pulled a 9-pounder. I think it was on a green backwater baits poison tail. And that would have won the tournament, except for this one guy who stayed locally, and the only keeper of his whole day was like a 9.5-pounder to beat us for first place. So we finished second and third, and here's Skinner. A fan gave him a t-shirt he had made up, John Skinner is God, and we all got a good laugh out of that. So looking ahead to another Jigging Jerks video that I happen to be aboard the Blue Jay with John Skinner and John Halkias and Rick Kohout and their friend Jack. I hooked a very large specimen on a backwater baits 1.5-ounce pink and glow bucktail. And that was a minnow style, not a poison tail. And I lost an absolute monster right at the surface. I'm certain it would have been my new personal best. So that was a heartbreaker. Okay, moving along. Saturday, June 16th. This is the Fluke Till You Puke tournament up in Providence, Rhode Island. And Mike Sadowski, good friend that I've been fishing with the last couple years now, he invited me along with Garrett Weir, Victor Tang from Fisherman Depot, and Bill Haggerty, and did I miss anybody? I'm trying to think. Robert Taylor was our captain at Real Easy Fishing, so he had the plan, and the plan really panned out for us. We killed it that day. We took second and third, and we did really well. We took like 3 Calcuttas and big checks, as you can see here. So we combined for, I think it was over $15,000 that we split between us, and that right there really made my fluke season. As always, these backwater baits, bucktails, are like my favorites. They're very instrumental in our success that day. That's the money shot right there, I'll tell you. That early season fluking, you know, the pink glow was really the ticket we found. And I can't have enough of those things. I just love that color no matter what time of year. So the next thing after that great victory, I don't think I'd ever won so much money in a tournament before. I was introduced to Captain Gordy Campbell on the KDB up in Yarmouth, West Yarmouth, Cape Cod. And again, Mike Sadowski brought me up there. Mike and my dear friend Wayne Baker, who I've also been fishing with now the last 2 years. They introduced me to Gordy, and we did a couple trips with him, and they were really fantastic trips. So these 2 fish you see here were 9.5 and 10.5 pounds, and those were my 2 personal best of last year. I did really well with Gordy, and Gordy jigged up some tinker mackerel, and they really did the trick for us. We were fishing live tinker mackerel, and we caught a lot of great fish on those. Here's Wayne. He caught our 2 pool fish on the first trip. He caught an 11 and a 12 pounder back to back. That was just amazing. And yeah, I mean, Gordy is a lot of fun to fish with, and he's my guy up there, no question. I look forward to it. I have a couple trips booked with him this year in 2019, and I just can't wait. So after that, I did a couple more Nantucket Shoals trips. One was with the Fish Hawk of the Helen H. fleet, Captain Joe, and he did a great job for us. That day, Victor Tang caught a 12 and a 13 pounder back-to-back on Fluke spoons, which brings me ahead to the next topic. I met A. Dean and Ryan Marlin at M3 Tackle, and together with A. Dean, I gave her my ideas, and we came up with the new KW Max spoon, and that was with the concept of the tinker mackerel up there on Nantucket Shoals. So she came up with a couple different designs. You know, she came up with a painted one, glow, shine, hammered shine, couple different varieties, and they all look so great. I am really looking forward to giving them a shot in the coming year. So next in July, I got to go out again with my good friend Pete Sedaris one more time before he went to Greece, and he usually does that in the summer. Anyway, we got out to Montauk together, and we didn't have a slammer that day, but I did land this monster on, yup, another green poison tail from Backwater Baits, and a green gulp. And it was a really long fish. It was one of my biggest fluke of the season at 9.5 pounds and around 30 inches. I was really blessed last year to have a 10.5 pounder with Gordy. I had 2 over 9. I had 4 over 8. It was a fantastic season, and this was a fantastic fish. I really felt like I earned this one, and was so happy to have it. It was a monster. And if you just look at the size of this thing's mouth, I mean, a big fluke, they can take down a whole bunker. Look at that mouth right there. I mean, it's just enormous. They would have no trouble at all swallowing a whole bunker. And many times out in Montauk, I've seen a big school of bunker on the surface, and wouldn't you know it, the fluke would be right under them. I wonder why, right? So if you think these big fluke aren't eating huge baits like bunker, I think that would be a mistake to think that way. Okay, and now we've got the Hampton Lady, and this boat is a big player in the season for my NYC / Long Island Fishing and Hunting Alliance group on Facebook, because we run several trips in the month of August with the Hampton Lady every year. Captain James gave us every Monday of the month of August last year, and to my great surprise, I was able to win 3 out of 4 fluke pools. So whoever would have thought? That was just a freak of nature. And okay, the fish weren't like, you know, tremendous. And we had some tough fishing only because of tough conditions. We had hard rain the first Monday. We had the wrong wind, I think 2 or 3 times, and the fish were just off the bite. And wouldn't you know it, like the next day following each trip, the boat would slam them. They had absolutely killer trips. When the conditions were right, the fish bit really, really well. So we hope to get some better weather this year, and hopefully, you know, we'll have those kind of days. But it was challenging, and I guess it made winning those Mike Chow custom rods all the more sweet for me. So that's about it. That's the whole recap, and 2018 was really, really good to me. I can't wait to see what 2019 has to bring. So tight lines to everybody. I hope you're getting your gear ready and you're getting yourself ready for the season, because it's right around the corner now. Enjoy the tackle shows, buy some great stuff, and we'll see you soon. Take care.